What up, everybody? What up, Shalom? What up? Welcome back to the next episode of Reading with Shallow. With Shallow, what's up, baby? I'm out here reading stuff. Reading shit. Welcome back. This is part 12. Part 12 of Reading with Shallow, and we back at it to get in the sea of pages of the slave revolution in the Caribbean in 1789 to 1804. Brought to us. The sea of pages laid to us by Mr. Dubois and Mr. Garrigus, man. And we are in part 12. Part 12. This is part 12, man. Section 19 of part 2 of the book, which we all over halfway through with. A little bit over halfway through with. Jean-Paul Marat is where we left off at, and that's where we're going to pick that cup at. You know, so we out here, man. We out here. I hope everything going good with everybody, man. Hope you up and at 'em. You have all that you need to succeed today. So let's succeed. We do whatever we got to do. Let's succeed at whatever it is we got to do. Man, right now, I'm going to succeed at rowing today. I'm going to succeed at rowing. Rowing through my session. Rowing through my session, man, of Reading with Shallow. I need to get, man, I think I need to make some adjustments, man. I think I need to make some adjustments. You know, trying to, man, trying to hunt, homeschool, read. I want to read more. You know, I want to read more. I think twice a day would be good. I think twice a day would be even better. Twice a day is what it might need to be. I just need to push myself to do so. But hunting season almost over. I got to the 13th. So once the hunting season is over, I'm gonna try to push that down to a day, because I ain't gonna be trying to be out the woods early in the morning or tired from being out there early in the morning or late at night or all day, whatever it is, whichever way it is. I should have plenty of time to get things done. But we at it, man. We here. We are here. And we trying to get a move on. So what's up with you? When you come in, like, comment, subscribe, tell your people, man, Shiloh out here reading shit. And he back at it, reading that slave revolution. So I hope you're ready to get your revolution on, because I'm ready to get my revolution on and be part of the revolution, man. I'm ready. Shiloh Hammer, destroyer of worlds. I'm about to destroy the worlds of these people minds that think that people gonna always be subservient. Because the Haitians wasn't. They fought for their freedom. So before we get going with the reading today, or the rowing session, man, let's do what we got to do, man. Do the routine. We're going to work our body, work our mind, work our body, man. That's what we're going to do. Work our body, work our mind, work our body, and work our body. 25 things. That's all I'm asking you. 25 things at the front, 25 things at the back, you know, at the end to end it off, whichever way, what it's going to be for you, whatever you're going to do, man. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat your body. Don't cheat yourself, because you never know when you're going to need it, man. You never know when you're going to need a little extra oomph. And maybe this little 25 somethings I'm asking you to do to help build this habit, you know, which I'm doing to build the habit within myself, not just asking you to build a habit for you. You know, maybe it can help you stay healthy a little longer, move with your children a little longer, be in the woods if you hunt a little longer. Whatever it is, you know, just to help you get off your ass, man. It's time to make changes, because we have all we need to succeed. We just got to do so. We just have to do so. Succeed. So get the 25 things you're going to do in your mind, whatever it is. Don't do it in your mind. Do it for real. Get off your ass and do something. 25 things. What you going to do? I don't know what you came to do. Fuck it. Let's do some jumping jacks. No, I'm going to do some push-ups. Fuck it. Push-ups. That's what I got. Push-ups. They can't go wrong with push-ups, man. You can't go wrong with push-ups. Do some Mike Tyson's, do something, whatever. 25 things. And then we're going to get to reading. I'm ready to read. I should have been reading 4 o'clock this morning, but I was laying in bed, looking in the dark, pondering. On some humbug, I was pondering. But anyway, hey, let's get 25 things out the way. 25 things. 25 things. What you gonna do? You gonna get your 25 things? Get your 25 things ready, big baby. $25. Come on, I got mine. What? Man, that's a reading thing, boy. Whoever you is. Let's go. Oh, shit. 25 things. Or you was trying to say beard and not bed. Oh, I don't give a fuck what you think. You cut your own beard. I'm going to be a man and have my beard like my forefathers had. Big, long beards. Oh, pirate long beard on a sea of pages on your ass. Here we go. 25 things. Let's get it, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 things. Come on, get your ass up and do 25 things. Whatever it is, 25 jumping jacks, 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, 25 somethings. Do 25 something so that way we can get this shit going, man. 25 things. What you gonna do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 24, 25. I did 50 on them for the captain. 50 from the captain. Captain Longbeard SHILO in this thing. Pirate on the sea of pages. I'll make that Hurricane walk the plank. Walk the plank, sucker. Scoundrel. Walk the plank. Oh, shit. Hey, but it is what it is. Let's go. We done worked our body, man. I did 50 of them things for y'all 25. All I ask for you to do is 25 things. Learn how to type. But we out here. We out here. Ready to get ready and move through the slave revolution in the Caribbean. Ready to roll. Ready to roll with the long-beard pirates. I'm out here. Whether you like it or not, I'm out here. I am that I am. I am that I am. And what I am may not be for you. What I am may be for a few. But like the scriptures say, many are called, few are chosen. And I'm only choosing the best to ride with Longbeard to be on my pirate boat. I gotta get a boat. I gotta get a pirate boat. I'm like Luffy right now, man. I'm rowing in my little rowboat by myself right now until I can find my crew. So I can find my crew. But it is what it is. Let's go, man. We 8 minutes in. We're gonna read for about an hour. We're gonna read for about an hour and see how far we can get in this session of reading with SHILO. See how far we can get in these sea of pages. We're almost done, man. I'm ready to get to the end. But it's a lot of information, you know, definitely a lot of stuff I think people should go look up, inquire about, ask questions about. Some of this stuff may pertain to you. Maybe your family members is some of the family members of the Haitians and those other people who fought for the revolution, who were the insurgents, who were the revolters. Maybe some of your family. Maybe it's in your blood. Maybe it's in your blood. Maybe that's why people always, why you can't just go along to get along? Become revolutionary. That's why. And it ain't in me to go along to get along. Anyway, part 12. We're at it. Part 12. Let's get it. Part 12 of the slave revolution in the Caribbean, 1789 to 1804 by Mr. Dubois and Mr. Garrigus. Hey, this is part 19 of the book, or section 19 of the book. Jean-Paul Marat, from the Friend of the People in 1792. Appreciate the comment though, Nurakan. Appreciate the comment though. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your people, man. SHILO out here reading shit. Let's read. Jean-Paul Marat was one of the most influential journalists and orators of the French Revolution. As a young man, he had worked in Bordeaux, a leading slave port, tutoring the children of a wealthy merchant. And in 1774, he published a book entitled The Chains of Slavery, which was an attack on the French royal government, not an abolitionist tract. He threw himself into the cause of the French Revolution in 1789 and acquired the reputation as one of the most principled and unyielding advocates through his revolutionary newspapers. The Friend of the People, and this article was published in the weeks after news of the slave uprising in Saint Dominique reached continental France. Oh, they ain't know, them people down there uprising. The slaves and the mulattoes is fighting. The session of the 10th was almost solely devoted to hearing Senior Roustan, a member of St. Dominique's General Assembly, defend himself against the accusations of my Lord Dupont, the author of the journal entitled Patriotic Correspondence. This journal accused the white colonists of having rebelled against the metropole and planning to invite the English to rule them after having tried to establish their own republic. But in my opinion, this accusation that has been pressed so hard is frivolous, either unfounded or barely worth raising. And this is because the residents of the colonies are a completely separate people from the residents of France, who can have not even the slightest rights over them. This truth is so obvious when simple good sense is applied, and it is indeed strange that someone who accepts the legitimacy of the French Constitution should cast doubt upon it. The basis of all free government is that no people can be legally subject to another people. No people can legally be subject to another people, but they can be illegally subject. The basis of all free government, I like that. The basis of all free government is that no people can be legally subject to another people. And I think that's why they put it in the, as the, what is the 13th Amendment? The 13th Amendment, I think. The 13th Amendment. I believe that's what it is. For those who want, what the hell is going on? 13th Amendment. Let's see, where is that? Amendment 13. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. That's what they say. That's what they say. But just like they were saying, the basis of all free government is that no people can be legally subject to another people. That's what they say. That a people should have no laws no laws other than those it has given itself. That's what we need. That's what I was trying to say the other day. I only want to follow my own laws, not the laws I make, but of a collective group of my people, our laws. Those are the laws. But those laws of the collective group of people that I would be in would be the laws of the Most High. We already have them. You just got to keep following them. But they're not set up as a whole to, like how Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday. If those laws were applied, then it wouldn't just be just Chick-fil-A closed on Sunday. I don't care about Sunday. Every place would be closed except for hospitals, hospitals and maybe the fire department, whatever, maybe what emergency services. Everything will be closed on the Sabbath, on Saturday. That it is the supreme authority in its own territory. Now, It is impossible that any of these could have had their origin in the efforts of the gentlemen associated with abolition, because it was not till 1787 that the first committee was formed, which was in London for the abolition of the exorbitant trade. Let's see if I'm saying that word right. Execrable trade. Execrable. 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 Extremely bad or unpleasant. For the abolition of this extremely bad or unpleasant trade. Execrable. This execrable trade. Execrable. Man, it was execrable. Court was execrable. Execrable. The execrable trade. That to what cause then may we attribute the insurrections in the islands, and undoubtedly to the slave trade, in consequence of which thousands are annually poured into the islands, who have been fraudulently and forcibly deprived of the rights of men. All these come into them, of course, what dissatisfy the exasperated minds. And this discontent and feeling of resentment must be farther heightened by the treatment which people coming into them under such a situation must unavoidably receive. For we cannot keep people in a state of subjection to us, who acknowledge no obligation whatsoever to serve us, but by breaking their spirits and treating them as creatures of another species. Now that this is the cause is evident from Mr. Long, the celebrated champion of the planters themselves, who states in his History of Jamaica that all the insurrections of the slaves that he could ever trace in the islands were begun by the imported Africans and never by the Creole or island-born slaves. Yeah, because they had it, it is what it is. That's what they was born into. They was born into that. Of course, it would have been the ones who were free already, the ones who have fought time and time again in their own lands where they were taken from, had military backgrounds, not just military backgrounds, but experience in fighting certain type of wars, guerrilla warfare, definitely high tactic type wars that they may not think that Africans had. Some of these people that they would bring over, they were proficient in these things, proficient. They just happen to get caught. As, however, the present insurrection in Saint Domingo is somewhat connected with the late revolution in France, it may be necessary to say a few words upon it as relative to that event. And here, then, we see no less than 3 factions prevalent at the same moment in Saint Domingo. The whites divided into 2 parties, and the white and the people of color burning with a fury hardly satiable by the extirpation. What the fuck is that? Extirpation. 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 By the extirpation of one another. Extirpation. Extirpation. Let me see if Google will look it up right quick. Extirpation.
Here's the definition of interpretation. The action of explaining the meaning of something.
I said extirpation. Extirpation. Let's see. Extirpation. The act of removing or destroying something completely. Extirpation. Extirpation. It's not extermination. It's not extermination. What is the difference between extirpation and exterminate? Exterminate implies complete and immediate extinction by killing off all individuals. Extirpate implies extinction of a race, family, species, or sometimes an idea or a doctrine by destruction or removal of its means of propagation. I guess that's what they wanted to do to the revolution. They wanted to extirpate it. They wanted to extirpate the revolution. Extirpation. What then did the Negroes do at this interesting moment? Seeing their lords and masters not able to agree among themselves, but at daggers drawn with one another, they determined to take advantage of the divisions among them and to assert their violated rights by force of arms. Such is the true state of the case respecting the insurrection at St. Dominic. And what do we learn from it but the following truth? That the slave trade and the oppression naturally resulting from it was the real and only cause of this insurrection, as it ever has been and ever will be a similar events. But that the Revolution of France, by causing the three divisions before mentioned, did afford the Negroes an opportunity which they would otherwise not so easily have found, of endeavoring to vindicate them for themselves the unaltered rights of man. The above accounts that lead us to three separate conclusions. First, that the slave trade is the real cause of all West Indian insurrections. Secondly, that as long as it exists, so long many these insurrections be expected. And thirdly, that the St. Domingo insurrection in particular, so far from affording us a just argument, as the planters say, to discontinue our exertions at the present moment, calls upon us to redouble them. If we have all value for our own islands, or any wish that the present proprietors of them may perceive their estates to themselves and perpetuate them to their posterity. 21. The National Assembly. Damn, I missed 20. Where's 20? Oh, shit. I fucked up. I am so sorry, everybody. I messed up. Shit. Now I gotta go back. What's up, my son?
I thought you was already done.
No, sir.
I thought you was when I was back in the third time of cheese, please.
Go ahead. Got to pick back up. I skipped the whole page. I skipped the whole 2 pages. I skipped 2 pages. They were stuck together. I knew something was off when I saw 21. I know I hadn't gotten to 20 yet.
You skipped 2 pages?
Yes, sir. I skipped 2 pages, man. I messed up big time. That's all right. I'm going to turn around and roll again. Let's pick back up where it was, the last spot I was. The basis of all free government is that no people can be legally subject to another people, that a people should have no laws other than those to to those it has given itself. That is, the supreme authority of its own territory, self-ruling and independent of all human powers. At the same time, simple good sense, accepting these principles, adds that it is absurd and crazy that a people be governed by laws coming from a lawmaker 2,000 leagues away. The inhabitants of our colonies have committed one folly, which is to have agreed to send representatives to the French National Assembly. But this foolishness was the work of the white colonists alone. And yet, in fact, everyone has the right to free themselves from the yoke of the metropole, to choose another ruler for themselves, or to establish themselves as a republic. And why not? Since the supremacy that France claimed over them was wrongfully taken based on the tyrannical principles of and only exercised by virtue of France's superior strength. To go farther, what if the residents of our colonies had declared their independence? Who would we dare disapprove, or how would we dare disapprove? That they follow the example of the English colonies. By what bizarre inconsistency would we criticize in them what we approve so strongly among the North American rebels? From the complete right of our colonies to free themselves from the metropole, do not conclude that I am trying to support the cause of the white colonists. And in my opinion, they cannot be forgiven for trying to set themselves up as a despotic masters of the mulattoes and the tyrannical masters of the blacks. If the laws of nature precede those of society, and if the rights of man are inalienable, then whatever complaints the white colonists have against the French nation, the mulattoes and the blacks have against the white colonists, to bring down the cruel and shameful yoke that oppresses them, they have the right to use all possible means, even death, should they be forced to massacre their oppressors to the last man. We have this right. All of us have that right to be free. If that's the route you want to go, to be free, can't nobody say shit about that, because then nobody say shit about that when them other people took that route to be free. These are the principles that would guide the equitable lawmaker in the question of St. Dominic. This is to say that the recent decree about the free men of color is fair, and that on the Negroes is appalling. But how would we be able to treat men with black skins as free beings when, in fact, in France, we have not treated men paying less than the crown in taxes as citizens? We boast of our philosophy and our liberty, but today we are as enslaved by our prejudices and our elected officials as we have 10 centuries ago. 20. Thomas Clarkson, The True State of the Case Respecting the Insurrection at St. Domingo, 1792. Many commentators, particularly St. Dominic's planters, claimed that the slave insurrection in the colony had been incited, either directly or indirectly, by abolitionists. Some actually claimed that the emissaries from the anti-slavery groups were working with the insurgents, but more common was the assertion that attacks on slavery in Europe had convinced slaves that they had allies who would support them if they rebelled. And in 1792, in this 1792 pamphlet, the leading British abolitionist, Thomas Clarkson, who had extensive contacts with abolitionists and activists, free people of color in Paris, sought to refute this idea. It was the barbarity of slavery itself, he asserted, that was the cause of the insurrection. It makes more sense now that I read that. The other page, the next page, makes more sense. It is impossible for anyone to have read the history of Greece and Rome with attention, without knowing that there were many and bloody insurrections of slaves in the countries with their histories respectively comprehend. Now it is impossible to attribute these with any propriety to persons associated either with the abolition of the slave trade or personal slavery, because it does not appear from history that there ever were associations to those days for so laudable a purpose. However, this has read the history of the West Indies Islands from their first establishment to the year 1786, must have read it very superficially and not to know that there have been various insurrections of slaves there within this period, and there was formerly a bloody one at St. Domingo, besides that which was lately happened. There have been several in Jamaica, and other islands have had their share of them also. Now, it is impossible that any of these could have had their origin in the efforts of the gentlemen associated with the abolition. And because it was till 1787 that the first committee was formed, which was in London for the abolition of the execrable trade. Execrable trade. To what cause then may we attribute the insurrections in the islands, and undoubtedly to the slave trade, in consequence of which thousands are annually poured into the islands, who had been fraudulently and forcibly deprived of the rights of men. All these claim to come into them, of course, with dissatisfied and exasperated minds, and this discontent and feeling of resentment must be farther heightened by the treatment which people coming into them under such a situation must unavoidably receive. For we cannot keep people in a state of subjection to us who acknowledge no obligation whatever to serve us, but by breaking their spirits and treating them as creatures of another species. Now that this is the cause is evident from Mr. Long, the celebrated champion of the planters themselves, who states in his History of Jamaica that all the insurrections of the slaves that he could ever trace in the islands were begun by imported Africans and never by the Creole or island-born slaves, which I agree. As, however, the present insurrections in St. Domingo is somewhat connected with the late revolution in France, it may be necessary to say a few words upon it as a relative to that event. And here, then, we see no less than 3 factions prevalent at the same moment in St. Domingo. The whites divided into 2 parties, and the white and people of color burning with a fury hardly satiable by the extirpation of one another. What then did the Negroes do at this interesting moment? Seeing their lords and masters not able to agree among themselves, but at daggers drawn with one another, they determined to take advantage of the divisions among them and to assert their violated rights by force and arms. Such is the true state of the case respecting the insurrection at St. Domingo. And what do we learn from it but the following truth? That the slave trade and the oppression naturally resulting from it was the real and only cause of this insurrection, as it ever has been and ever will be, similar events. But that the revolution of France, by causing the 3 divisions before mentioned, did afford the Negroes an opportunity which they would otherwise not so easily have found, of endeavoring to vindicate for themselves the unaltered rights of man. The above accounts then lead us to 3 separate conclusions. And first, that the slave trade is the real cause of all West Indian insurrections. Secondly, that as long as it exists, so long many these insurrections be expected. And thirdly, that the St. Domingo insurrection in particular, so far from affording us a just argument, as the planters say, to discontinue our exertions at the present moment, calls upon us to redouble them, if we have any value for our own islands, or any wish to present proprietors of them, may preserve their estates to themselves and perpetuate them to their posterity. 21. The National Assembly, the law of April 4th, 1792. In fall of 1791, French voters selected a new legislature, which by law contained no members of the First National Assembly. Horrified by news of the slave uprising in August of 1791, the outgoing assembly had rescinded its conversational May 15, 1791 decree. But on March 28th of 1792, the new legislature passed the following decree, which was signed by the king on April 4th, 1792, and thereafter was known as the Law of April 4th. The National Assembly, in view of the fact that the enemies of the public have used the minor disagreements that have developed in the colonies to maintain their own power by raising the slaves in revolt, disrupting the forces of order, and dividing the citizens, whose unified effort is the only thing that can save this property from the horrors of fire and pillage. Burn that shit down. If you're just coming in, man, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your people, man, SHILO out here reading shit. That this odious plot appears to be part of the conspiracies that have been hatched against the French nation and that have occurred simultaneously in both hemispheres. In view of the Assembly's hope that the love all colonists have for their fatherland will allow them forget the causes of their conflicts and the various wrongs done to all sides as a consequence, and that they will unreservedly devote themselves to reuniting openly and sincerely, which is the only thing that can stop the troubles that have affected them all and would allow them to enjoy the advantages of a solid and lasting peace. It decrees that this is a matter of great urgency. And the National Assembly recognizes and proclaims that the free blacks and men of color, as well as the white colonists, should enjoy equality in political rights. And after having proclaimed the urgency that this situation, decrees the following. Article number 2. The free blacks and men of color will be admitted as voters in all the parish assemblies and will be eligible for all offices as long as they meet the conditions prescribed by Article 4 of the March 28th, 1790 instruction. Let's see what it says. It says in the notes, these conditions that they be 25 years old and either own property or have lived in the parish for 2 years and pay taxes. Section 22. The Journal Républicain de la Guadeloupe. Journal Républicain de Guadeloupe. The account of the slave revolt in April 24 of 1793. On the night of April 20th, 1793, in the town of Tres Rivieres, Guadeloupe, hundreds of slaves rose up in revolt. The uprising was much smaller than that of Saint Dominique 2 years earlier, but it took a remarkable course. Rather than punishing the insurgents, local white Republicans who were in open conflict with royalists on the island welcomed and celebrated what the slaves had done. The Journal Républicain de Guadeloupe, a short-lived Jacobean newspaper published on the island, provided this account of the uprising. I wonder if this is in the Jacobean's book I have. Let me slide my ass on over here. Let's see. This one is probably what I'm going to read next to go in conjunction with the slave revolution. It's called the Black Jacobians. The Black Jacobians, Toussaint Louverture, and the Saint Domingo Revolution. Let me see if it has a. Let me see if it has any a table of context. I want to see if that's in here. All right, let's see what it says. Journal, the Journal Républicain de la Guadeloupe. The Journal Républicain de Guadeloupe. I'm just trying to see if it has any. It might be in chapter 4. It says the San Domingo masses begin. So it might be in that chapter. We'll have to keep a lookout for it. We'll have to keep a lookout for it in the Black Jacobians. The Black Jacobians. Yeah. Now, rumors of war with the English and the appearance of a few pirates along our shores have reanimated the hope of the enemies of the nation, and the most horrible of plots was hatched in the shadows. And in one night, all of the friends of equality were to fall under the blades of the hired assassins. Let them go, knock them down, bust their head, burn it up. Was that song? Down to the club up, to the club up. that's how to the plantation up, the plantation, to the plantation up, the plantation up. It ain't my plantation, I ain't gotta pay for it. It ain't my plantation, I ain't gotta pay for it. To the plantation up, the plantation up, to the plant. It ain't my plantation, I ain't gotta pay for it. Burn that shit to the ground. Knock everybody down. That's what you got to do, honestly. Honestly. Just like in the Bible, when the Israelites was told to go and take the land that was promised to them, given to them, destined for them, they were told to kill everybody. Men, women, children. Kill everybody. In most cases, they was told to kill everybody. They didn't do it all the time, but in some cases they did. Definitely all the men had to go. Definitely all the men, all the little boys who could rise up to be men later, they had to go. And this would be the same thing that would need to be done in some of these cases. You know, when thinking of revolution. Especially when it comes to fighting, especially on an island. If I'm on an island and we're fighting for this island, then all foreigners, I should say, all foreigners to the island or all slave masters on the island, everybody has to go. Everybody. It can't be, and when I say go, I don't mean ship them out. No, they have to die. They got to go. All of them. You can't not leave not one left alive, because the one that's left alive could in turn seek revenge, in turn start, shit that you don't want to start. If you want to start anew, you have to start anew and remove everything that's old from there. Burn it all down. Start all over again. To these bloody men, any means is acceptable in the pursuit of their goal, and they have recently used the most dangerous means imaginable. It is by inciting the slaves against the patriots and by distributing money and arms to the slaves that they hope to execute their vile project. But by some effect of providence, the daggers that they sharpened were turned against them. And on Saturday night, in the second in command of the St. Francois Battalion, while making his rounds with 2 soldiers, encountered Negroes armed with guns and pistols below the Gadet plantation. The watchword was demanded of them, and they immediately fled. As they ran, they punched the patrolling officer and the 2 soldiers, and the second in command went to the municipal building and requested a detachment of infantry and cavalry to surround these armed troops. But just as the citizens were leaving for this expedition, it was announced that a large assembly of Negroes was taking place at Trio. It's not Trio. at Trois-Rivières, and a general alarm was sounded. All the citizens gathered their weapons, and in a few minutes, the 13 companies of the town were ready to march. And in the absence of the governor, Citizen Hubert, the adjutant general, gave the order to a few companies to march immediately to the site of the assemblies of the slave. At Valcanard, we learned that the Negres were marching toward Basseterre, and we sent forward a detachment to scout out the situation. They soon spied the rebels and warned the captain of their approach, and the company took up the battle position near a cannon that was loaded with buckshot. Soon afterwards, we saw a column of about 200 men armed with rifles, pistols, sabers, and axes. This column advanced in silence and in fairly good order, and their movements did not seem hostile. They were allowed to approach to within rifle range, and then the advanced sentinel called out, "Who goes there?" The Negres responded, "Citizens and friends." Citizens and friends. They were told to stop, and 6 men from the company separated themselves and moved forward to investigate. They approached with rifles ready and bayonets chest high, and one of the slaves began to speak and asked if we were citizens, patriots. And the response came that, yes, we were. And in that case, he said, "We are friends. We have come to save you and hate only those aristocrats who want to kill you. We have no bad intentions. We want to fight for the republic, the law, the nation, order." These are their actual words. We asked if they had the leaders we asked if they had as leader some free men of color or whites. They responded no, that they acted on their own. On our invitation, 4 of their leaders separated themselves from the group to come speak to the captain. They told the others to await their return peacefully. They told them the story of the massacre that had happened at Trois-Rivières. As these Negres told us about these horrible scenes, the captain had sent an envoy to Basseterre to report what was going on, and the slaves had been told that in order to avoid alarm, it was necessary to announce that their desire to enter into the town. They consented to everything and waited peacefully for the arrival of the general warrant officer, who arrived accompanied by several soldiers and the Bellevue Company, which, through a well-coordinated maneuver, placed itself behind the 200 slaves, while Charlevet's company was in front. On the way, cries of "Long live the Republic" were repeated many times by the slaves. When they arrived in front of the arsenal, the adjutant general had the doors opened, and the entire troop entered into the courtyard. The Grandes Citoyens immediately took control of the streets with orders to keep the slaves from coming and going, and all the insurgents were disarmed not long after. With no words of resistance on their part, the commission had named 4 commissioners to interrogate the chiefs on the basis of the disposition and the answers to the various questions we have asked of them ourselves. It is certain that there was a large conspiracy formed to hand the colony over to the English, and to one of the main chiefs was Brindou.
What was that?
Yes, sir. Brindou. Get up here. Get up here. You're going to get up here, boy. So we can read of Brindou. Right here. I'm just going to read to there. Once we get to here, I'm done.
Okay.
On his plantation, the slaves had found 6 barrels of powder, 26 sabers. So I can show you where we're at. Here we go. 26 sabers, a number of rifles, and boxes full of bullets. The conduct of the slaves in this insurrection is surprising and almost unbelievable. After having used their weapons against those who had armed them in order to sacrifice the patriots, they committed no additional thefts. They barricaded the doors they had kicked in, posted sentinels, and outlawed everyone from touching anything in the houses under penalty of death. It is true, nonetheless, that they took 3 trunks and 1 bag full of money, but on their arrival, they put these in the hands of the commissioners who, at this moment, are working around the clock to stop the movements that they had been incited throughout the entire colony. And we're going to stop right there. We're going to stop right there and come back next time at section 23. Laurent Jolicoeur. The Laurent Jolicoeur, the petition of 1793. Man.
A long way.
I'm not going to say it was a long way. I read from 19 to 23.
19 to 23.
So it's 19, 20, 21, and 22. So that's 4 sections.
4 seconds.
4 sections, not seconds.
Oh.
4 sections. I read 4 sections.
I thought you said seconds.
Sections. I read about an hour. Almost an hour. Yes, sir. Almost an hour. Here, go place this book back up there for me, please. And be careful. Be careful.
Right here?
Yes, sir. Move the other books to the side first. And push it in there right. Thank you very much, sir. All right. So that was the reading for today. That was a rolling. We rode all right, man. I made a misstep. I had to turn around and go back. Ain't that something? Oh, I had to turn around and go back.
You have to go backwards.
Mm-hmm. Because I missed the whole 2 pages. So I had to turn around and go back and read those 2 pages. So, and we did. We got it done, but I hate to do that. That was the first time that's ever happened. I think that's the first time that's ever happened in one of the readings. So, hey, but sometimes those things do happen. The pages get stuck together, and you gotta, I wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention to the page numbers. I was just reading. I got caught up in the flow. Roll. I was rolling through the pages, man. Rolling through. Let me see, this one needs to go up too, but I don't know if you're going to reach it. Here, put this one up. Look on side the Lego house up there. Yeah, climb up there and put it on side of that Lego house. See the red Lego house?
Yes, sir.
Put it right on the side of it. Ah! Not through there. Yeah, move it. Make it the last book. Put it the last book. There you go. Move it and put it last. Yeah, put it, there you go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, man, we worked our body, we worked our mind. And I think it's time for us to work our body one last time before we dip out.
Dip out?
Yeah, we dip out, man. I wonder what this thing is right here. This is growing. I wonder what this is. I know what the other one is.
That looks like a salad or something.
It looks like a salad. I don't know. It might be a salad.
It might be something else.
I don't know, man.
Maybe
It might be
strawberries.
strawberries. I don't think that's no strawberries. So since we worked our body and we worked our mind, it's time to work our body one last time on the going out, man. Do 25 things. What you gonna do? Do 25 somethings. You ready? You gonna help me? You gonna help me do 25 things? I'm gonna push you up in there 25 times. You ready?
I'll give you a little weight.
Yeah, that's why I need a little weight, man. Give me a little weight. Come on. Let's go. Get up there. Come on. Get up on that. Come on. Oh. 25. Put your legs together. Come on, 25 things. Get your 25 things together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Press it. Press it. 18, 19. I hear your snotty nose. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Bam. 25 things. Did you do 25 things, man? Do 25 things. That's what you need to do 25 things for. So you can be able to be with your children as long as you can. So you can be able to interact with yours as long as you can. So, man, we out here, man. We out here. We did our thing today. We rolled our way through the sea of pages today. Yes, sir. We did good. We did good today. We did good, man. We did all right. Even though the mess up, we still did good because we have all that we need to succeed, and we succeeded. We succeeded with what we was going to do today. Work our body, work our mind, work our body. We have succeeded. We have succeeded, and you can do that as well. Succeed in the things that you have to do, whether it be small or great, man. All you gotta do is succeed. Push through, persevere. A little consistency. Be consistent. Yes, sir. Be consistent, which means you have to keep doing it over and over again. You got to keep doing it over and over again. You mess up, you try again. You mess up, yes, sir. Try again. You mess up, you try again. And you keep pushing. You keep pushing till the end.
Try again.
That's right, son. That's right. Correct. But, man, hey, that's been today's reading, man. I hope everybody has a good day today. Get your stuff done that you need to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell you people, man, SHILO out here reading shit. Doing stuff. And we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep trying to get better and better and better. That is the plan, to get better and better and better. Every time, make adjustments. What treasures awaits us in the books that we read? What can we learn and grow from in the books that we read? What can we apply to our life from the books that we read? You know, the applications will be different for each of us. You know, the things will be different for each of us, but you have them. Find them, use them. They're tools. Use them. That's the things that we have to understand and learn, or some of the things. But till next time, everybody, man. Shit. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the back end. I'll catch you on. I'll hit you with the. I'll catch you on the back end, and we'll see what's up with the next one, man. So, hey, shalom, everybody. Have a good one today, man. SHILO out. I'm out here. Pirate, long beard.
Bye-bye.
Get out of the way, boy. I'm gonna make you walk the plank, boy.
Shalom.
Walk
Bye-bye.
the plank.
Vanilla out.